All right, joining us today, the best cornerback right now in the NFL, and he's here thanks to new Old Spice Foamer, a foaming body wash that lathers in a flash. Upgrade your shower experience with Old Spice Foamer from your local Walmart. He is Jaguars corner Jalen Ramsey. Jalen, how's it going, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Yeah. So you're on your bye week, and you're making a little money on the side. I like that.
Why not? Why not? But I'm endorsing a good product, man.
Oh, it is a good product, and I'm a big believer. I got a whole bathroom full of Old Spice products, so I'm with you on that.
There we go.
What else do you do on your bye week?
I kind of take my bye week to, relax a little bit, but kind of like reload, kind of go back, do a little self-evaluation of how I've been playing this year and how I think the team and the defense has been playing this year, and see how I can change things around to help the team do better, see how I can play better to help the team win more.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned about yourself so far this year?
This year, I've just been learning a little bit more how teams are attacking me personally when I'm playing guys, when I'm covering guys. That's something that I have to, figure out a counter to get around certain opportunities.
Do you think they're picking these things up from your game film? Do you go back and study your own game film to see maybe where openings are? How do you go through that process of identifying and figuring out what you think they're doing?
Yeah, it's a combination of going back, watching some old film, and seeing, just what they throwing at me this year, seeing how certain teams attack me. A lot of teams in the NFL, once they see, maybe someone have a little success, they tend to go to that. Or if they see something that I may not have been on my P's and Q's about previously, they might try to attack that. So I got to do a lot of self-evaluating.
What's the best word or phrase that would describe the Jaguars season so far?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I can pinpoint it with a specific word or a phrase. I mean, we it's not ideal, but we are blessed that our bye week is right in the middle of our season. So we have 8 more games, and we're very optimistic about these other 8 games. If we go win them all, then we put ourselves in a great position going into the postseason.
My theory is, and obviously this is from literally 1,000 miles away, but my theory is that you guys were so good last year, and after you beat the Patriots in week 2, I feel like maybe there's a temptation to say, all right, we can beat these guys now. Let's get to the rematch in January, and let's get on with our business. And it's easy to lose sight of week in, week out. You got to get the wins. You got to get the wins before you get to the rematch with the Patriots. Do you think any of that crept into the locker room?
Honestly, I don't think so. Me personally, me being in the locker room, being around the guys all the time, I don't think that was the issue at all. I just think we've stumbled. And we have to figure out, we have to do a lot of self-evaluating, like I keep saying, and figure out where we are going wrong and how teams are attacking us and just correct it.
Do you feel like teams are coming after you harder than in your other 2 years with the Jaguars because the team made it to the Final Four, because the team has gotten more attention and publicity, that other teams are focused more on the Jaguars now than they used to be?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, once you have success and once you show this, you're a good team, and especially a good defense in the NFL, then of course, everybody, they want to go get the big dog. And we showed that we were really good on defense last year. So offenses are coming in with really good game plans, and they're trying to attack us where they think we might be weak at. And, they've had success a few times this year, so we have to just correct it.
I remember last year during training camp in the preseason hearing a lot of stories about Jaguars players being shocked and surprised by how physical training camp was, but then realizing, A.J. Bouye told me last year, as the season unfolds, hey, it's working, there's a reason for this. But you've got 2 straight Doug Marrone training camps. You had 19 regular season games last year. You've got your trip to London every year. Is there a point where it kind of takes a physical toll on the team that maybe kind of catches up in comparison to the physical toll on other teams?
I'm not sure if that's it. I think, how we prepare and what we do physically gets our bodies ready. I mean, it's just the mind of heart and will, and putting our mind to it and going out there and fixing what we have to fix and getting the job done.
I remember when the GQ article came out with the interview, and for my purposes, this is great. I love Jalen Ramsey. This is great. This is great stuff to talk about. It's great stuff to write about, and I like a guy who's willing to say what's on his mind. ESPN, the magazine article comes out, and more of the same. Reflecting on it now, would you do anything differently?
No, I wouldn't. I'm me unapologetically. I mean, the only thing I would say is sometimes when things are written and you can't hear how it is said or in the context that it is said or the tone that it's said, then it can be taken differently than it was originally intended to be taken. But no, I don't. I'm me unapologetically.
Do you have an example? I mean, is there something that sounded a lot worse or more belligerent or combative or over the top in print than you intended it to be?
Most things do. Most of it was that way, but that's okay. It is what it is.
Does that become a lesson that you learn for the future when you're in that setting for a print article where you spend a lot of time with somebody, maybe get a little relaxed and I've been there. You don't quite realize, boy, everything I'm saying can and will be used against me. Maybe I'm going to be more careful next time.
Yeah, sure. You have to be careful in times like that.
How do you balance in the locker room? Because there are a couple of disappointing games, and you got people in your face, and you get criticized for not talking, you get criticized for talking. How do you process all that and just focus on doing what you need to do?
I mean, I just separated, just like you kind of said. I mean, I never let someone who doesn't know me personally get to me personally. If you know what I mean by that, it doesn't affect me personally. It's not. I won't let it affect my play on the field. I won't let it affect the person I am. Because if they don't know you personally, then you shouldn't take it personally.
I don't want to get into the details of the thing that happened in London with 4 of your teammates, but was that an impact at all in the game on Sunday?
I don't believe so. I think it was a misunderstanding, but our teammates were with us out there playing on Sunday, so I think we were at full strength. We just didn't get the job done.
What's the main thing we should be looking for when the Jaguars play their next game against the Colts so we can say, hey, this team has found its way, the bye was good, and now this is the 2017 Jaguars all over again?
I wish I could tell you one thing, but I can't. But just when the clock hits 0-0-0 at the end of the game, hopefully we have more points on the board than the other team.
Well, we got some big games coming up. We're looking forward to having you on NBC Sunday Night Football against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That should be a great game from Jacksonville. We wish you all the best on the bye week. And thanks again to Old Spice for making you available to us, Jalen. All the best, buddy.
Thank you for having me, man.